Hanging on live. Hello, everyone. How are you all? There's a whole heap of people. We're just sitting here going, oh, they're commenting already. Wow, you guys certainly got in early. Barb was first, followed by Narelle. And we've got Margarita. Goodness me. Jody. Well, I hope you all had a lovely, I could hear creaking over there. Hope you all had a lovely Easter, lovely blessed Easter. Ours didn't quite turn out the way we thought it was going to, but it was okay considering. I worked like crazy on Friday. I did all my Friday chores and all my Sunday chores and all my Monday chores, as in the big cleaning things that I do on those days, so that I could have the weekend off with my family. Because for the first Easter in I don't know how many years, we actually didn't have visitors. We usually have interstate visitors for Easter, and we didn't this year, so it was just going to be family. So I worked. I was so tired on Friday night. I was sitting trying to eat my dinner. I was actually going to sleep at the table. So I was in bed. 4 minutes past 7, I was in bed on Friday night. And I had a lovely day on Saturday with Hannah and Wendy and Maureen. We had a great day. It was so nice. We just talked and ate and laughed and drank and caught up and solved the world's problems, and might have created a couple, but we can solve those next month. It was a really nice day. And we just waved goodbye to the girls and we're coming inside, and I got the message that my mum was in hospital. Could I please go to the hospital? So I don't think they'd even left, and I was racing out the door with my keys and my handbag to get to the hospital. So mum's in hospital. She's not very well and not doing very well. So I've been backwards and forwards, and I've been going and trying to be there each meal time to help with feeding, because she's not eating. She won't eat. She won't even open her mouth. Today she wouldn't even open her mouth to eat, and I managed to get some pumpkin in and she spat it back at me. She didn't want it, so she spat it back at me. I wasn't very what can you do? I just wiped it up and away we went. So she's not very well, and I've been there for lunchtime, staying a little while, coming home, going back, coming home, going back. So I've been running backwards and forwards. So I think my urge to clean on Friday was God's way of telling me I wasn't going to have time to do it over the weekend and to get it all done and out of the way. So anyway, here's hoping we get a better report tomorrow. They did some more blood, took some more blood from her this afternoon, and we'll get that back in the morning. So here's hoping we'll know what the issue is and we can get back to normal. But anyway, that was my Easter. So I hope yours was better. It wasn't that bad. It was just a bit not what we'd planned. So never mind. And the Easter Bunny came and we all overindulged on chocolate. We didn't really, did we?
I haven't touched mine yet.
No, Hannah hasn't touched hers. I haven't touched mine. I think the boys might have eaten theirs. I know Wayne ate his, but anyway. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Budget purses. I showed you Hannah's budget purses last week. And I have to say, has anyone seen Michelle's post on the chatter page, in the chatter group, about the pencil cases? 50 cents each. Yay! High five for Michelle.
And you can use washi tape to decorate them.
And there you go. If you've got some washi tape, Michelle, you can use washi tape to decorate them.
Tell them apart.
Or it just helps to tell them apart. But they're the old-fashioned type of, those pencil cases have been around a long, that style has been around a long time, because I had those in primary school where you could put your name across the front. So that would be really bonus. 50 cents each. Whoa, that was really good. Okay, so I showed you Hannah's last week. Oh, no, before we do that, Patricia A, and I haven't seen it on here. I'm not sure whether she gets on the chat or just in the comments, and that's okay. But she left a comment to say that she'd done a pantry cleanup for a stockpiling list, and she found her Aldi tomato soup, and she thought the tin had shrunk, and it had gone from 425 grams down to 300. Well, no, it's still 425. That's the Aldi tomato soup. It's called the Soup Company or the Soup Co. That's the Aldi tomato soup, and it is definitely 425 grams. Aldi do sell Heinz tomato soup, and it is in a smaller tin. Might be the same price as the Aldi. I haven't seen it because it's a smaller tin, so that doesn't work for me. So I only buy those, but no, I double checked, and Aldi tomato soup definitely still the 425 grams, Patricia. So check your brand. It might be something a bit different. It might be the Heinz one. So they might be doing what they do with Costco and have the brand name products, but weird sizing. So, yeah. Okay, now, and one more thing. Sorry, guys. Budget purses had me thinking about this. When Coles and Woolies and they all did away with their plastic bags and we all had to start taking our own, it was I don't know why it was such a hard habit for me to get into, because I'm going to Aldi, I just automatically pick the bags up and go. But I still struggle to go to Coles or Woolworths with bags. I don't know why. But now I have my bag purse. This is just a big makeup purse that I got on clearance for, I think, $1 or something like that. It came out after Christmas, and I fold the bags up, nice and little, and just slop them in there, and that just sits down the side of my handbag. So when I go to Coles and they say to me, do you want bags? I go, no, I've got my own. And I can whip out my bag purse and whip out my bag. It holds about 8 folded bags quite easily, and it just fits down the side in my handbag. I just thought I'd let everyone know that's a nice, easy way to always have a couple of little bags in your handbag, because if you're just popping in for 1 or 2 things, you only need 1 or 2 bags. You don't need the normal big trundle of shopping bags. Now we can move on to budget purses. I had a mental block then, sorry. So these are Hannah's. They all are there. And let me get mine. These are mine. So I've got a crafty one. This is my everyday purse that has my whatever money in it. The grocery purse, the petrol purse, and this is the little purse. It's just a little coin purse, and when I get a gold coin, so a $1 or a $2 or a 50-cent piece, they go straight into this purse. And then during the week, if I need to use them, they're there. But at the end of the week, I take them out and I tip them into my piggy bank and start the next week with an empty purse to see how we go. It's just, I don't know, it's just a sneaky way of saving. It's like people that come home and empty their change straight into their money box every night. Hannah does that. She'll explain that in a minute. So, you know, it's an easy habit to get into. When the kids were little, we used to have what we called the 50 box. And it was just a little pink cardboard box that I stuck some stickers on or whatever. And whenever we got a 50-cent piece, we'd put it in that box. Well, over the course of a year, we saved enough with 50-cent pieces to actually pay for a week at a farm stay for our holiday, which was just lovely, really nice. I don't know, we've gone from a farm to a farm stay for a holiday, but never mind. It was lovely. And it was a painless way to save. It really was. Just the 50-cent coins went into that box. But the kids got into it too. So if they spent some of their money and they came out with a 50-cent, it went into the box. Every night they'd ask their father for the change and they'd get the 50 cents and put them in the box. That's my opal. And so it was a fun way to save for a holiday, and we've kept doing it. We still have the 50 box. It's buried in the top of my wardrobe at the moment with 50-cent pieces in it. When it gets full, I used to take it to Knox, to the Bank West branch there, and put it through the change machine and then get it deposited into our account. But they closed that branch, so now I have to find another bank with a coin machine that won't charge me for using it, so that I don't have to travel miles to find a Bank West. Okay, with budgeting, any sort of budgeting, whether you do it on a spreadsheet or you use envelopes or you use an app on your phone, or as long as it works for you, it's going to work. So what works for me may not work for you, and what works for Hannah may not work for me. Your budget is yours. It's individual. It's going to be for your purposes, not mine, for yours. So by all means, take my ideas, take Hannah's ideas, and if they work as they are for you, woohoo, job done. But probably you'll need to tweak them slightly so that they work better for you. And I don't have a problem with tweaking. By all means, tweak away as far as, making the ideas work for you so that you have a budget success, so that you enjoy living frugally and can reach your financial goals and dreams. That's all I want out of this. So we started with the purses when disaster struck because we straight away switched to a cash budget. And I had envelopes in those days, just I saved them from somewhere. I think I might have got them from church, because they used to collect stamps to send to the mission fields, and they put them in these big envelopes, and when the envelope was filled, they just empty all the stamps into a big box thing and post them off. So I think I brought the envelopes home from church. Just the brownie sort of business A5 type envelopes, nothing huge big. And on each one I had like mortgage, gas, electricity, rates, water, groceries, petrol, kinder fees, tithes, church offerings, clothes, shoes, playgroup fees, absolutely everything that we spent money on had an envelope. And on the front of that envelope, I had broken down I had written the amount I needed for each fortnight, and I had it broken down then into whether I needed $10 notes, $5 notes, $2 coins, $1 coins, 20-cent pieces. I had it all broken down so that I would get the absolutely exact money from the bank. And I had it on a list, and each fortnight I'd go into the bank and I'd withdraw it, and I'd say I need 5 $10 notes, 7 $5 notes, 12 $2 coins, whatever, and I'd get it exactly in that money, come home and put it in the envelopes. That's how tight our budget was. I had to be absolutely to the cent exact with what we withdrew and what we spent. It worked. It kept us going for years, and I still do that to a certain degree. Only these days I tend to just get down to $5 notes. I don't worry about the coins so much. I round it up to the nearest $5, and what's left goes into our savings tin, into the petrol tin for our holidays or something like that. It's never much anyway, but that's what I do. So I only go to the bank once a month, and I withdraw the grocery money, my petrol money, my MAD money. I withdraw the gas, electricity, water and phone. I don't withdraw that actually. I just transfer that into the other account, but I make a note of it on my envelope. It all gets done once a month, and then that's it. So that once a month I go to the bank, get my grocery money, come home, pop it in my purse, and when I go grocery shopping, that's the money I use. So if I go to Aldi, the pink purse pays for it. If I go to Pellegrino's to get fruit and veg, the pink purse pays for it. I do have a meat purse, and I take $120 out of the grocery money each month and put it into the meat purse. Now, I usually just buy meat once a quarter, but if they have a really, really, really good sale on something, like there were legs of lamb a couple of weeks ago, sausage mince has been quite cheap, then I will dip into the meat money and buy those things, because they're things that I would probably have on my meat shopping list anyway. So I'm just buying them ahead and the money is in the purse. Petrol money goes in the petrol money purse. That just lives in the console of my car. I get it out in notes and it just sits there. At the end of the year, I don't, at the end of the year, I take whatever's left in it and bank it into our holiday fund. So at the moment, my petrol budget is $80 a week. Now, I'm not using anywhere near that much. In fact, I'm not even using probably half of that a week, but I've kept it at the $80 because that's what I've budgeted. But also, at the end of the year, I know I'm going to have a hefty petrol surplus, which will flip over to be used. I'll flip it over to use it for our holiday money, to pay for petrol or accommodation or whatever when we go on our holidays. But that just lives in the console of the car. It gets topped up once a month, and when I need fuel, I go in and put it there. Now, also, I also keep in it the dockets, the fuel vouchers that I get off the bottom of the Coles things, Coles dockets. If I spend $30, it's getting harder and harder and harder to spend that much money. They fit in there. I just rip them off, fold them in half, pop them in date order. So first one to be used is first. So I just put the new ones at the back and it just sits in there like that. My Mad Money purse is empty. It's very sad. I have to wait a while before I can buy anything with that. This is money that I use to buy my craft stuff if I feel like it, or if I want to go out and have a cup of coffee and a piece of cake with a friend, I can do it. I use my Mad Money for that. Hannah and I might be out shopping somewhere and we might decide to get a drink. I take it out of my Mad Money. I might see pretty nail polish that I think I might like. I've got to get my nails done first, but they're a bit catty at the minute. I use my Mad Money to buy those sorts of things. It's not a lot. It's just enough to make me feel not poor. I don't feel poor anyway. And quite often it will build up and build up and build up. And then I'll go, oh, I can go and splurge on something. And I know that if I wanted to go and buy something mad, I could, because I have the cash to pay for it. The grocery money goes, I've explained, into my little pink purse. It's nice and neat. Now, in the front of this, I have the loyalty cards connected to groceries. So it'll be things like the one for the butcher, the one for the fruit and veg, the one for the chemist, Flybys and Woolworths Rewards are in there. What else is in here? Oh, Royal Donuts, because if you buy a coffee, you get a free donut, and after you've done 10, you get one free anyway. Coffee and donut free. That sort of thing stays in that purse. And I think it was Julie was asking the question about what to do with her cards, because she has different, she's moving to the different purses, but she's got all these cards and what to do with them. I keep like with like.
You can get a little purse like that and put them in.
Oh yes, or you could get a little purse, just
or
a little.
One's actually for cards that are a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
bulky.
for cards.
That's what I use.
This is what you use for your cards?
No, that's my spending money.
Oh, that's your spending money. Officeworks sell a little little plastic thing. It's about $1.50 or something. That's actually meant for business cards, and it's sort of like an envelope, but it actually is credit card, ATM card size. That's really good too. The only issue with that is it's probably about the size of a credit card, but it's fairly thick. So it would have to sit in the, I don't know that it will go into a pocket in a handbag or whatever. That's the way to do it too. Now,
Alicia B says Aldi has a bulk coffee pods tomorrow and other flavours from the 1st of May for everyone wanting to stockpile.
oh, I didn't see that, Alicia B. Thank you.
And then Annie's Home would like to know, do the purses work if you're on Centrelink payments?
Annette, yes, they
Annie.
do.
Annie.
Annie's Home. It's Annette Kemp. Yeah. Sorry, we're confusing Hannah. All right. Yes. If you are on Centrelink, look, Centrelink, consider it your wage. It goes into your bank account. You go to the bank, you withdraw the cash you need, put it into your purses or your envelopes or your pencil cases or your tin cans or whatever you want to do, however you're going to do it. And it works exactly the same way. Same way, you know, payday is payday. So you go to the bank once, withdraw what you need, budget it out into the, allocate it into the purses or the envelopes or whatever, and use like that. Yes, it does work if you're on Centrelink. And if you're on a really low income, it's absolutely essential to know to the cent what you're spending. And this might seem like an old-fashioned way to do it, and moving to cash may seem old-fashioned, but it is absolutely the best way to not go over budget, because you can't. Once that purse is empty, that's it. There's no more money. You can't, you know, if I run out of grocery money, then we live off what we've got in the house. There's no more money till the next payday and it gets topped up. Petrol money runs out, we walk, ride a bike, piggyback, I don't know. But you don't go and withdraw more. So, see, my Mad Money's empty. I have to wait a month. Well, not quite a month, another 3 weeks, and I'll be topping it up again because I bought some things, some craft things the other day and used up what was left of my Mad Money. So it works exactly the same way. Your budget is your budget. Your payday is your payday. So if you're on a really low budget, I can't stress enough that moving to a cash budget is just the best way to control your money. It will build savings for you, and you'll never have to worry about not having the money to pay a bill. Now, if you want to do this for your utilities, so your gas, electricity, water, telephone, whatever, go back over your bills for the last 12 months. If you get paid fortnightly, total them up. If you get paid fortnightly, divide it by 26, and that will give you a rough idea of how much you need to put aside each fortnight for that bill. So our utilities are quite high. Our electricity is huge here, but we have an awful lot of technology running, and some of the lights I use are quite hefty at drawing power. So even though I'm always saying turn the light off, unplug that, and we watch really constantly, I still budget $50 a week. We don't always use that $50 a week, but I still budget the $50 a week, and then at the end of the year, if there's a surplus, and there usually is, it gets transferred to our savings. So same with the gas, the water. We have a set phone bill, so I can't do much with that. It's set. But yeah, it's probably the easiest way to not overspend and to not have to worry about when the bill appears in the mail or in your inbox, how are you going to pay it? You can still have it set up for a direct debit if you want to. I don't allow anybody to automatically direct debit from any of my bank accounts. I do have regular BPay payments set up. So I know when a bill comes in, I can see the power bill and I will BPay it straight away. I do not let them automatically withdraw from my bank account. The fewer people that have access to my bank account, the happier I am, and the less risk there is. So, well done, Jodie. Jodie's showing her kids how to budget. Woo! Okay.
Don't learn how to do it at school.
But you know what? Perhaps it's not a school thing.
Mm.
Another topic. Okay. So now this is Hannah's spending money.
So that's grocery spendings.
Her just frittering away money for the week, so to speak. Then she has one for her slush fund. We'll talk about that in a minute.
That's my pocket money.
Pocket money, which is what my mad money is.
That's outings, so dinners or something.
Outings, if she's going out for dinner or to the movies or whatever. Pink one.
That's Christmas and birthday money.
Christmas and birthday money. She is really good. We need to do a whole show on that because Hannah will have all her Christmas and birthday shopping done probably in the next 6 to 7 weeks.
I did some while you were away. That's petrol.
Petrol.
That's hair and beauty.
Hair and beauty.
And that's footy.
Oh, and her football money. Okay. All right. Slush fund. Now I just popped on here.
Where'd it go? No,
Kylie Fraser. Struggle with how to divide up whose pay will pay what bill as I get a fortnight pay and my husband gets weekly pay. Okay, Kylie, shouldn't make any difference.
Just either do it weekly or fortnightly.
Yeah.
Just divide it.
So your husband gets paid weekly, you get paid fortnightly. Put it all in, transfer the bill money. How much bill money do you... Let me start again. Okay. You can either set up a bill account and transfer money fortnightly from your pay and weekly from your husband's pay into that account, or you have one account, it all goes into the one account and you just withdraw fortnightly or monthly, weekly, fortnightly or monthly according to how you want to budget. So it's entirely up to you. We have one account, one joint account, and all our money goes into that. Then we have a bill account for the utilities, and we have a savings account, and we have our emergency fund. But they're all still in both our names. They're joint accounts for both of us. There's not his and mine, although I do have a couple of business accounts, but that's a different thing. We're married, for crying out loud. We've been married for 30 years. I don't think he's going to rob from me, and I'm certainly not going to rob from him. So the money just all goes into the one account and we budget accordingly. In fact, paydays really don't sort of register anymore because we've got it down so fine-tuned that I know I go first Friday of every month, I go to the bank, I withdraw the money. What's left just sits there. And then again, at the end of the year, we will transfer it over to emergency fund or savings or whatever and do it that way. It shouldn't come down to who's going to pay what, unless you choose to both pay half of everything. And I know I have a friend who does that. She works, her husband works, they split every bill down the middle and they pay half each. I have another friend and she doesn't work, her husband does, and she has to account to him for everything. She has to give him the receipts and the change for everything that if he gives her housekeeping money, she has to give him the receipt and the change when she's done the shopping. Whatever works for you. That would not work for me. That would not work for me. We're married. We're a partnership. We are not, slave and master or anything, master and slave or anything like that. So that wouldn't work for me. But whatever works for you. But I seriously think the one account with all the money going into the one account and all the bills coming out on perhaps move to monthly, to take it out set it up so that you can automatically pay your utilities if you can. Things like car registration and insurances need to be shifted into a bill account so that at the end of the year or when they fall due, the money is there for you to pay them. It's I was watching a thing the other day and we don't budget. We've never budgeted. We just, no, budgeting is really bad. You can't live, and as it turns out, when you listen to it and they do budget, you have to live on a budget. If you have money coming in and money going out, that's a budget. You either do it well or you do it poorly. I hope we're all going to try and do it really well. So, now where am I? Yes, see, Narelle, great way to go, Narelle. Yep, and Annie's home, she gets same deal, automatically done. Priya uses direct debit. And just clear it off at the end of the pay cycle. Okay. Centrelink will direct debit money payments. Yes, they will.
Okay.
It's called Centre Pay. Some it works for, some it doesn't. Okay, Ali, this is the purse I carry all the time. That's my everyday bits and pieces purse. That's the one that's always in my handbag. That's the one that's in the car. Grocery purse only comes out when I go grocery shopping. So it just gets put in a drawer. Oh, and my coin purse is always in my handbag. So I have two in my handbag, like that. And that. And Hannah wonders why my handbag's so heavy. There you go. That's the three things in my handbag and my phone. And I use this purse will pay. So at the hospital, today was the only day I didn't have to pay for parking. I managed to get street parking, so I didn't have to pay. But I've been paying for parking at the hospital, so the money's come out of this purse, which is my miscellaneous, so to speak, category for things like that, or the odd light bulb that blows and we don't have a spare or something. So Outback 6. Do I think paying bills monthly or once a year is better, e.g. car rego? Okay, well, here in Victoria, you can only pay your car 6 monthly or quarterly. I'm not sure on that.
Quarterly.
Quarterly, but you have to be on a healthcare card or a pension to do that. Otherwise, your registration is just yearly. Insurances, look, yearly is obviously the way to go because it's cheaper. But if you can't afford that, start off with monthly because you can always switch to yearly. So we did monthly. We had one of our cars needed to be registered and insured on the 23rd of December. Talk about bad time of year, which is just ridiculous. So I switched it to monthly for 5 months and then moved it to yearly so that it falls in the middle of the year, and it's not quite, just was not that we didn't have the money to pay it, and that sounds weird, we did, it was there. It was just seemed like come the end, come Christmas, New Year, back to school, holidays, all those things just seemed to drain our bank accounts. And it was messing with my head because I like to see balances. I like to see money in the bank, not empty bank accounts. So I flipped it over. But you will pay more. If you're paying monthly, you will pay more. So if you can save up and do it yearly, by all means. Yearly is better. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay, Jody. Yes. See, Jody has a budget account. Jody and her husband have a budget account, and they put the money in. Way to go. Whatever works for you. but I certainly wouldn't be getting money and giving back receipts and change. That would not work for me. Now, slush fund. Slush fund. Up here so I can see slush fund. I talk about the slush fund quite a bit. And the slush fund is what is left of the grocery money at the end of the month. So I withdraw the grocery money, put it in my purse for the month I shop. Then the next month I go and withdraw my grocery money. And if there is money left in my purse, that becomes my slush fund. And what that means to me is that's the money that I can then use. So we got really excited today because we thought butter was on sale, but it may have been on sale. It was still more expensive than the Coles brand. So, but, you know, if it had been a really good sale, I would have had money to buy the butter and saved a little money without actually affecting my grocery budget. I wouldn't have had to go and dip into future grocery budgets, or I wouldn't have had to go and take it out of savings because I use the slush fund. So some months there's nothing. Some months I use all the grocery money. And then some months we don't need a lot. And I don't use very much grocery money, and there's quite a bit left. Same with the meat. When I go to do the meat shopping, if there's money left over, that becomes my meat slush fund, so that I can buy chicken fillets for $4.99 or legs of lamb for $7.99 or something. When it comes up, the money is there, and I use the slush fund. It could be, you know, really good shampoo for half price or whatever. Then I can use the slush fund to buy that without having to dip into future grocery money or go over budget.
Jodie would like to know, does the slush fund pay for stockpile items?
Sometimes, yes. My stockpile comes out of my grocery budget. That is pretty much my groceries, is the stockpile. I've just got a lot of it. So yes, slush fund, if perhaps, because I usually top up the slush fund at the end of the year, but during the year there's really good sales, like the coffee pods, or deodorant or shampoo, toothpaste might come on sale and be really good, a really good price. And if we're under halfway, I will top up the stockpile and use the slush fund to do that, yes.
301 Jules, would you need to carry the slush fund purse as well?
When I go grocery shopping, I actually just put my slush fund money in that pocket. Obviously it's empty because I've spent it, but in that pocket of my grocery purse. So it's in the same purse, it's just in a separate section. But you could have Hannah has a separate slush fund. Where did I put it?
It's the black and white one.
Oh, black and white one. Hannah has a separate slush fund purse. I don't bother. My bag's not big enough. But I just put my slush fund money in that separate zippy section, and I know it's there, and I don't touch it unless I need it. Okay. Okay. What else have we got? I think, sorry guys, just reading, catching up. All right. Okay, so Hannah has hers more broken down than I do. She doesn't carry all those purses with you, do you?
No.
No. Those are the ones that go in my handbag all the time. That's my everyday miscellaneous money type purse. That's my coins. Yeah. Hi, Maureen. How are you going? Bread and milk money is the grocery purse. Comes out of that. And it just, because I usually only go, I try to only hit the supermarket and Pellegrino's once a week. So I just try to avoid them if I possibly can. So I usually go with quite a detailed list of what I want, what I need. I know roughly how much it's going to cost, and that's the way I do it. Yeah, so the milk and bread money, the top-up money goes in the grocery purse. So that's our budget purses. That's how they work for us. You need to, if you have children, you'll have other expenses. Could be daycare fees, school fees, excursions, tuck shop. What else did we have with you guys? Swimming, sport, music lessons.
Pathfinders.
Yeah, Pathfinders all had their own separate envelopes or purses. Envelopes we were using back then. And I would go put the money in. Now, it can add up to quite a bit of cash over the course of a month. If you're worried about having cash in the house, find somewhere secure, safe and secure to keep it. And don't tell anyone it's there. We have a little lockbox that we used to use that I kept buried somewhere. I know another couple who had a waterbed. Sorry, folks, I get the giggles every time I think about this. Had a waterbed, and they used to stash all their money between the ladder and the base, sort of lift it up, slide it in the middle. And the thinking was nobody would think to look there because it's really hard to lift up. But also, if there was a fire, the money wouldn't burn. Sorry, the money wouldn't burn because it was under the waterbed. Sorry, I still giggle when I think about it.
Maureen and Jodie, so does your gift money and Christmas money go into a purse or a bank account?
My gift money and Christmas money goes into a bank account, and I get it out as I need it. So if I'm out and I see something that I think that would make the perfect present for, what are you laughing at?
Maureen, you won't want to spread a leak.
Stop it.
At least it's plastic.
Well, in those days, the money was paper. Was before, this was the days before plastic money. Sorry. If you sprung a leak, it'll just dissolve. And it was so funny. Anyway, Christmas and birthday money. If I go down the street and I see something that I think that would make the perfect gift for Joe Blow, and it's within my grocery budget, and I can look up on my phone because I've got the list on my phone that he hasn't got a gift yet. Perfect. I will use my debit card to buy it and then transfer the money from the Christmas fund. As soon as I get home, it gets transferred from the Christmas fund straight back into my debit card. And I only keep, I only have $100 on my debit card at any one time. So if anyone wants to hack into it or steal it or something, they can go for their lives because there's no more money. I only keep $100 on it at any one time. It's just there for those emergency type purchases, or those spontaneous purchases. Yeah. So Outback 6, we don't have any credit cards. We don't carry any credit cards or even credit card debt. I have a MasterCard debit card. Where is it? One lonely little, oh no, I've got two, sorry. MasterCard debit card, and I have another one for another account, a National Bank one. Wayne has the same. That's all we use. The MasterCard is my one that I keep the $100 on, and if I want to buy something online, that's what I will use, and I will transfer the money into that account. If it's anything more expensive, we have the $100 24-hour rule. So if it costs more than $100, we have to think about it for 24 hours before we buy it. And 9.9 times out of 10, we just can't be bothered going back for it. So we've saved ourselves a whole heap of money. Yeah. All right. Have to stop doing that, Leah. That's not going to work. No. Okay. Leah says she keeps taking money from one purse and owing that purse, then forgets what she owes to that purse. Right. There shouldn't be anything unexpected. If you've got your budget down, there shouldn't be anything unexpected. You can include a category for unexpected, miscellaneous, emergencies, pop-ups, whatever, in your budget, and put some money into that, and then that's the money that you will use for those unexpected things. But there shouldn't be anything unexpected popping up in your budget. You should have everything covered. I know I always say keep it simple, but simple doesn't have to mean not detailed. So you have rental, mortgage, gas, electricity, phone, internet, mobile phones, car insurance, car registration, car maintenance, petrol. I'm just running off the top of my head here. Groceries, pharmacy bills if you have regular pharmacy expenses, doctor's bills, health insurance, house and contents insurance, Christmas, birthdays, holidays, school fees, school excursions, school camps, tuck shop, or if you want your children to have that, school uniforms, books, shoes, etc., sport, music lessons, church, hairdressing, clothes. Everything should be accounted for and should be allocated a portion of your income so that you know when you need it that the money will be there in that category and you can go and get it. There shouldn't be anything unexpected. Now, if it's something as unexpected as going out for dinner with friends, you have to make the choice then. Does that come out of entertainment or your mad money? And if you've got nothing in entertainment and nothing in your mad money, you then just perhaps have to say, sorry, well, no, thank you. Thanks for the invitation, but no. Because you don't have the money to pay for it, you can't afford it. The only thing you should ever have debt for is your mortgage. And if that sounds condescending or patronizing or pompous or arrogant, I don't mean it to be. But honestly, if you can't afford to pay cash for other things, or you can't wait to save up so that you can pay cash for them, you can't afford them. And that's the truth. You just have to accept that there are things that you may have to wait for or you may have to go without. So there shouldn't be anything unexpected in your budget. So when you get that unexpected thing, perhaps you need to just say, can't have it. If it's a big thing like a fridge breakdown or a major car repair or something, then that should be covered in your emergency fund. You should be able to cover it out of your emergency fund. So you shouldn't have to rob a purse to pay for those things either. Right. Perhaps they need to get jobs, or perhaps you need to say, here's $5 a week and that's it. They need to learn, teenagers need to learn to budget too. They need to learn to live within their means, because if they don't, when they become, income earning adults, they will just spend and spend and spend, end up in debt, get a credit card to pay off the debt, be in further debt. It just won't work. From as soon as kids know what money is, they should be learning that if they want it, they have to earn it. And I know that I had a friend who said, oh, no, because they're at school, so they have to study. Well, guess what? If they've got time to play computer games, time to talk on Facebook, time to go and hang out at the shops, they've got time to get a job. And none of that time is spent studying. So they've still got time to study. That time can be used to get a job, and they can learn to be self-sufficient and self-supporting. And that's really important. Otherwise, we're going to have a generation, a whole generation, that's worse than what we've got now. And I think we live in that I see it, I want it, give it to me generation now. I don't want to think what it will be like if we raise them to not know, if you want it, you have to work for it. They can do ironing. They may not, you know, they can take in ironing. They can water gardens. They can weed gardens. They could put their name down at KFC, or Hungry Jack's, or Macca's, or anywhere like that. Subway, our local Subway is always looking for juniors for after school and weekends. They can't get them. I figure, and they earn really good money for teenage kids. They earn great money. No, if they want something, they have to earn it, you know, or put them on a budget. And they won't like it. If you've always just handed over and given it to them, they won't like it at first. But guess what? They're going to have to live in the real world. So better that they learn how to live in the real world while you're there to guide them and show them and still love them and support them than when they're on their own and they fall in a heap. Okay. Saw someone. Okay. Yeah, Jody, exactly. I think I've mentioned this before, but, you know, sometimes I would often feel horrible. We'd go out and Alan was the eldest, so he would say to me, oh, look, you know, whatever, a toy car or a book, or he said, I would like that. And I'd say to him, I would open my purse and I would say to him, well, darling, Mummy doesn't have the money for that, because that's the money for the petrol and that's the money for the milkman. That's so we can go to playgroup. That's going to buy our food. But I don't have money in my purse to buy a car. I said, I'm really sorry, I don't have the money for that. And he would go, okay. And it would just about break my heart. But I did that with all three of them. And they know not to put their hand out. They never have been, I see it, I want it, you have to give it to me, or you have to get it for me. Hannah's been working since she was 4. She's a good little worker, my girlie. You know, she was 4 when the Sydney Olympics came to 2000 Sydney Olympics. She was 4 years old and she wanted the swimming Olympic Barbie doll. Come hell or high water, that is what she wanted. That doll was $60. $60 was a fortnight's grocery money for me back then. It was a fortune to us. And so I said to her that if she wanted the doll, she had to work for it, and she could do jobs and we would pay her. So we had her emptying the dishwasher and setting the table, clearing the table. She'd run rubbish out and do all sorts of little odd jobs, and we'd give her 5 cents or 10 cents or whatever. And she had a peanut butter jar and it was up on top of the fridge, and every night we'd put the money in the jar for the jobs that she had done. And my brother came to visit one day and he had a cup of tea and he's sitting at the table. She trots over to him and says, well, Uncle Greg, have you finished with that mug? And he said, oh, yeah. And she said, well, can I take it for you? And he's gone, oh, yes, sweetheart, that'd be nice. She went, 50 cents, please. He paid her. I wouldn't have given her 50 cents. But he paid her. She earned the money. It took her a month to earn the money for that doll. But she earned that $60 doing little jobs for everybody and anybody and putting that money faithfully in that peanut butter jar. And after that, it was Barbie rollerblades. And then because she had the rollerblades, we had to get the helmet and the elbow and wrist guards and the knee pads, and it just skyrocketed from there. So they've always, and the boys too, if they want something, they've had to earn it. We don't just give it to them. Yeah. See, Jodie's kids don't work, no payday. And that's exactly how it is if you're an adult. You don't work, you don't get paid. You can't put your hand out and expect your boss to pay you if you don't do the job. So start them young. Yep, good for you, Bart. I forgot about car washing. Oh, car detailing. If you can get kids, have you seen how much they charge for car detailing? $80 odd plus. You can get a kid to, they don't have to do one a weekend and they're rolling in it. Well, I might take it up, seriously, honestly. There's lots of jobs your kids can do that will earn them a reasonably good income. I know that was one of Thomas's jobs, was working for my brother, washing the trucks and the trailers on a Saturday morning. I'd drop him off, and whether it was hot weather or cold weather, he'd stand there. He had to wash the trucks and the trailers, and they had to pass inspection. They had to be done properly. So, yeah. Okay. I think, too, it's important that we teach kids to save. So remember we did the 10-10-80, give 10, save 10, live on 10. We tried to do that with our kids too, so that they knew that giving was just as important as getting. And they're all good givers too. They're not saints, but they're all good givers. Right. Yeah. Wish my kids cleaned my car. Wayne washed all the cars. This is going to make you laugh, right? Looked out the window yesterday morning, and there he is. He's washing. So he washed my car, the Petrol. He did Hannah's car, did Alan's car. He didn't do the work van, did he? No. So he did the 4 cars. Right? Cleaned them all. I thought, oh, this is great, because my car gets so dusty. It's a dark blue, and it gets so dusty, and it really annoys me. But anyway, so it was all sparkly clean. So Hannah and I were racing back to the hospital yesterday afternoon, and she said, oh, Dad even washed my car. She said, but he took her to Super Cheap to get some stuff for her car, and while they were there, he made her buy the 6-litre bottle of car wash, and then he used it to wash all the cars. Sorry.
It was $50.
You choose the expensive one. So I got my car washed for free. Thank you, sweetheart.
50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents. Hang on, I've got 50 cents. I'm paying for my car wash, folks. You're my witnesses. There you go. Oh, dear. I've only seen one Extreme Cheapskates show, Jessica, and I have to say, I don't know whether it's real. I truly, Hannah says they need help. It is so bizarre. The show that I saw was just so bizarre that I cannot believe that it is not a complete and utter con job. Years and years ago, long time ago, I've been doing current affair for 18, 19 years. And so early days, I came across a thing, and it was a radio station in, I think it was Cincinnati, so it was out of the US, had run a competition to find America's cheapest person. And they found this man that they said was the cheapest person, and he was an old fellow, and he got crowned America's cheapest person because he reused his dental floss. So he'd rip off a length of dental floss and he'd floss, and then he used one cotton ball and one spray of rubbing alcohol to clean it, and he'd wind it up, and then the next time he brushed his teeth, he'd use it, and he just did that, and he did that until the dental floss broke. So he was America's cheapest person. So I don't know that Extreme Cheapskates is even real. I think it's a whole con. It's just a setup and a whole con job. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know about. Jessica said the family shares bath water to save water. I guess it depends how much you value your water. We have been on tank water, and if there's not a lot of rain, tanks don't fill up. So we only ever had maybe 6 inches at the most in the bath, and I do Hannah. Then I did me. Then I would do the boys, and Wayne went last because he was usually the dirtiest. And we all use the same bath water, because when you are down to, 12 inches of water in the tank and it's mostly sludge at the bottom anyway, water is really precious. So I don't have a problem with sharing the bath water. It's like bucketing out the washing machine water or running it into the sink and then bucketing it back in to the washing machine. It was quite commonplace. It's only in the last probably 40 years that people have bathed or showered every day, and certainly not saved the washing water, although we're all a bit more water conscious now and a bit more conscious of the cost of water. So we tend to do that a bit more. Is that? Yeah, so. Oh, Ali, well done. I'd love to go to Benin. I have heard so much about that. We might have to go to New Zealand.
You're paying.
We might have to go to New Zealand just so I can go to Benin. And there's another one. Okay, to Freshen Carpets, a little bit of Sody Bic bicarb soda. Just sprinkle it now. Just lightly sprinkle over the carpet. Lightly. Don't.
Salt shaker.
Yeah, salt shaker it over the carpet. Use a soft broom to sweep it in. Leave it for about an hour and then vacuum it up. So that will, it will absorb any oily, greasy stains in spots and things in your carpet. It will deodorize it. It will clean it. It's just a nice way to freshen it up. If you're really worried about, if you want a fragrance, you can add some essential oil to it. I never bother because it just doesn't last. So it's there for a couple of hours and then gone. So I don't worry with that. But yeah, Sody Bic bicarb soda over the on the carpet is really good. Really, really good. And it's very inexpensive. It's much better than the Vanish. I think it was Choice did a test of all the different carpet cleaners. So they had the Vanish in the pink thing and a whole heap of different ones. And just straight bicarb soda was just as good as any of them. And it's about 1/10 the cost. So try that first. Yeah, that works really well. Okay. What can you do to save money? Just, well, stop spending. And I know that sounds harsh, but if you really want to save, then you're going to wear the clothes that are already in your cupboard. You're going to either let your hair grow or learn to cut it yourself. You're going to learn to colour it yourself if you colour it. You're going to change your eating habits to eat cheaper meals. Ditch the things that you really don't need. Look for a cheaper phone plan, cheaper internet plan, that sort of thing. Stop going out. Find free entertainment instead of paying for it. You just need to, if you really want to do it, you're just going to have to stop spending. The only way to really save is to stop spending. If you're going to keep spending, you're just never going to be able to save. So you've got to make a choice. Choose the things that are important to you, and they're the things you spend money on. Ditch the rest. And with the money that's left, that's what you save. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Jessica, for cleaning supplies, you need soap, water, vinegar, maybe some bicarb. I could do cleaning with the Super 6. If you go to the Cheapskates Club and type in Super 6 or cleaning with the Super 6, it'll bring up a whole thing. There's a whole lot of cleaning recipes there with just 6 products. You'll clean your whole house, top to bottom, inside and out, with just 6 products. It's really simple. Okay. Night, Barbara. Okay, so I'm getting the over there, the rolling of the eyes. Okay. Oh, Jules.
Kmart.
These purses all came from Kmart at various times. This one was a $2 shop one, my petrol one. This little cutie came online, and I actually got this one mainly because my phone will fit in there. So if I was going to do something and it's got the hand strap, I could just take that with my phone and the money, and that's what I used that for. That was a Christmas gift, and I think this was a Christmas gift too for me. And this one, it actually says, "Dear Santa, please leave more fabric under the Christmas tree." Came from Spotlight, and I thought, it was really cheap too, wasn't it?
Hello.
Something like that, really, really cheap. So, but they're all over the place. You can look at them. $2 shops, chemists often have them, and they don't have to be purses. Look for pencil cases, makeup bags.
A little expanding folder anywhere.
Yeah, the little expanding file things. They have all, and yeah, look for them everywhere. So yeah, Kmart, Big W, Target, all those places, of course. Reject Shop, supermarkets, chemists, wherever they are. You know, op shops, perfect place for them. Yeah. So right, yeah. All right, so it's time for me to go. So I'm absolutely exhausted and I have to get up and go early again tomorrow morning.
Idea for next Tuesday: what to do when you're not spending money.
Ooh, okay.
That's Leah's question.
Okay, Leah, what things can you do if you're not spending money? You get bored. Oh, I know. So, all right. Well, take up. Do you have a hobby? So, and it might be something as simple as knitting dishcloths, because that's easy if you know how to knit. There's all sorts of handicrafts you can do. I read heaps. I download free ebooks off Amazon and Book Hub, and there's a whole heap of places to download free ebooks. And you can get a Kindle app that'll go onto your computer or onto your phone, so you can read them. You don't need to have a Kindle. There's a whole heap of things you can do. Walk, run, go for picnics. Bake. Bake. There you go. Now, if you're a really good baker, you can bake and sell to friends. Yeah. Do you have something that you can bake really well? Do you make really good raisin bread or a fantastic cream cake? Maureen makes the best sponges. She could retire. If she made sponges and sold them, I reckon she'd be able to retire in 5 years just on the sponge money. Her sponges are amazing. So many things you can do. All right. I will think about more, and maybe we will make that for next Tuesday. What to do when you're not spending money so you don't get bored.
I read Lorraine's comment wrong. I thought it said I quit.
What did it say?
I quilt.
Quilting. Oh, yes. See, there's also card making. Barb does card making. Barb does beautiful cards too. There's loads of things to do. I will think on more. I'll come up with a great big list. I'll even perhaps have some examples of the things that we do to keep our little minds active so that we don't get bored. And I will see you all next week. Thank you all for your well wishes and your prayers for Mum. I'll let you know how she goes. She's not doing too well. Hopefully the blood tests will show up something, and they'll go, oh, we know what that is and we can fix it like this, and that would be really wonderful. But she's really not. Like, by the time yesterday afternoon, she couldn't walk. She couldn't talk. She was hardly conscious. So we'll see how she goes. All right. Thank you all so much. I shall see you on Thursday night in the kitchen. All right. Thanks again. Bye. Here we are.